This week we completed the deadwood section of the stem. By that I mean the apron. So we had, in the other weeks I showed you these extensions down here, plus this bit here, this filler piece. This is the beginning of the apron deadwood, and this is the final deadwood that goes right up to the shear. You can see when this particular piece here that runs longitudinally, this here is called a batten. And as you notice, the rabbet, which is where battens and plank meet the backbone, what you have there is a lot more wood for the fasteners to go into. So this is a large piece of wood and is well bolted. And what we did with it, we have two bolts, one here, one here. The piece is junior, so we actually got a spruce piece and a juniper piece bolted with half-inch carriage bolts. But we also put in it, if you got a chance to shoot it, another trommel. Again, these trommels are used just to demonstrate that this is what they used to do, and as a fastener. So I got a trommel put in here. The battens are put in a pocket that is cut both in the stem and in the apron, and that pocket is the rabbet. So the rabbet has a back area and a forward area, and in this apron is where the fastener goes. So at this point right now we have two battens. We have the shear batten on the starboard side, and we have another one that just goes down around the crop. By that, the crop is basically when both sides come down and they turn back into the keel, there's this rounded area. This is called the crop. So we have a batten on the crop, and we have a batten on the shear. Now the shear in this case is actually the deck shear. There will be another shear just up here, and that's the shear would be the bulwark shear. So we got a bulwark, and we got this one here at the deck level, and we got one at the crop. There will be 1, 2, 3 more. So that would make up for 5 battens. And what the battens do, they connect all of the main frames in the boat to the backbone, that is to the stem. So this comes off the stem. It is nailed and fastened to your forehook, your midship bend, one intermediate hook, and then the aft hook, again right onto the transom. And when you put that batten around the boat, what happens is that you start to see the boat shape. There's 2 other battens on the boat. As I explained, we got these 2 here. They're main ones that run right from the stem to the stern. But here on the stern part of the boat, we have a raised deck. So we have a batten that this one right here is the deck level in the stern. This one here is the continuation of the deck level forward. But above that is the batten that represents the gunwale on the raised deck. So you got, that shows exactly what's happening to the shape of the boat. And it goes back here. So it worked out from midship to stern, but there is a problem with the forehook, and we're going to get back to it. That's going to be next week. We have to correct that. But before we correct it, we have to put these battens again on the other side, because we may have one half the boat, the frame may be literally out that way or that way. We don't think so, because when we're putting these up, we work quite precisely off the plan and the plan that was laid out on the table. And we do have all the shears struck at the right heights, and we have our deck beams, they're at a level. So we don't think that's the case, but we just think that the thing is a bit too fat. I use those phrases. In this case here, what we're finding out with this batten and this batten is that the sweep of the batten, going way back, there's a flat spot and a little dip right here. It shows on a crop batten, but more so it shows it on this batten. So the batten is coming along with this big bluff bow, and it goes right back, passes the forehook, comes into the midship bend, and it wants to naturally spread out more. So I had to put in a block here and put the screws back in it, just to see what it looks like. But it does look like either this has to come out wider, but what Gordon and I think, and a good many people coming in, is that this one, the forehook, because this is such a bluff boat, needs to go in. Because on Robert Halliday's plan, the midship bend is defined as 10 feet wide from outside the plank to outside the plank. If we lift it up more, she becomes 10'1", or 10'2", or 10'3", whatever it is. So what we had to do, if we follow Robert Halliday's research, is that this one should come in.